G'day and welcome to the Blind Advocate channel. If you like what you've seen, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and hit that like button as well. Alright Declan, you want to just give a brief description of what services you provide for people with disabilities?
Yeah, definitely, Jeff. We provide exercise physiology treatment, and we use exercise as a modality of medicine through health and chronic disease management and all the way into disability services. We aid in trying to allow them to have not just a place to be, but a place to actually come, exercise and improve their health overall, not just work with the condition, because they're a human behind it all and they want to still be able to do what we all do, which is go to the gym, do as much activity as possible. We just make sure it's a safe and appropriate manner.
So who sets the plan out? Do you sit with the customer?
So it's always got to be customer orientated, because if someone doesn't want to do it, they're not going to come along. So it has to be first their goals, needs and wants, and then we design whatever suits them. So whether it's here in our clinic, if they want to use another gym, or if they want to do it at home, we'll find a way that they can do more exercise and build from there with them. But it's always goal orientated and focus on the client.
So what kind of people have what type of disabilities do you usually cater for?
I'd like to say any and all, and it's always challenging. Some are more challenging than others. Some that are like yourself or have some other things going on. It really depends. I don't want to talk too much about other cases, but any and all, there's always a way that we can find exercise, and that's why we do 4 years of uni and over 500 hours of placement. But with all conditions, there's always something that we can do, whether it's a lot or a little, it's irrelevant. We can always find something for them to do safely and build upon that.
So is it just you that works out at this office?
So there's Meg here now. We always have students. We have actually university lecturers that come and do their hours here with us as well. And then there's also 3 other clinics across the New England Northwest, Tamworth, Narrabri and Gunnedah, and we're looking at trying to service more of the New England moving forward now with growing our team a little bit, because there is a lot of people that either don't know we're here or aren't aware of the services they can get through us, so we're just trying to make more awareness there.
So when you have students come to do their prac work, do you go over the person's plan with them?
So we don't go over the plan, we go over their program and the exercises they're doing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've got to be across that. So we have strict notes where we just keep all that information, and it's pretty boring. The initial assessment always got what's going on. If there's any changes in, health or medication, it's always flagged, but it's really exercise based and what's been going on and how you can just see a good timeline of where they started and how they're growing and where they're at. So most students in 4th year are expected to have a really good knowledge on what the conditions are, but then they need to learn a lot more from how the condition is in the individual, and that's where talking to the client comes a lot more.
So do you try and match the customer with students, or you just hope they work out sort of thing?
In an ideal world, we could do that, but we're not big enough to be doing that. And you've got to give all students the chance to grow. We're just very lucky in Armidale. We get a lot of, country students and a lot of country people who have very like sort of minded values, and that helps a lot. But the best thing is we can get a student from Sydney, Newcastle, anywhere, and they've all got that clinical background knowledge. It's just how they interact with people is that extra sort of point of sale that really helps a lot. Because if someone enjoys coming and enjoys seeing the practitioner they're working with, and students are great because it's a breath of fresh air, really, isn't it? Especially when they bring some energy and different thoughts, everyone goes a lot better in the long term.
So can you explain the process of, say, a customer first approaching Ruralfit?
Yeah.
All the steps right through to when they actually start?
In an NDIS setting?
Yep.
Do you want me to talk about if someone hasn't ever used our services at all?
Yeah, so
usually it's contacted either by the individual or maybe their COS, an LAC, or even a carer that knows them. And so from that point, I do it slightly differently. I always try and set up, whether it's a phone meeting or a meeting face-to-face with the person straight away. and just want to have a chat, because I don't want them to use any of their funding up if they're not willing or don't like the environment or don't like it at all. So I always set up just a chat in the diary, whether it's half an hour, whatever they want, to come along. From there, we discuss what they needs and wants and goals, and if that suits them and they really want to go for it, I said, don't worry, I'll get in touch with the right people for you. So that's usually their COS, LAC, and then obviously we need to liaise with carers. And we set up an initial appointment where it's an official one. We sit down and we go over a service agreement, and then we also talk a lot more into what they actually want to get out of exercise and how that's going to help their life and their goals.
Okay, so the person comes along, they like what you say. What's the next step? You sign the contract.
So then we move into filling out a service agreement. We do also do other stuff on the side from our point of view, where we do testing. So if we don't test and measure new people, we don't know if we're improving or not. So it could be something as basic as a few sit to stand, some grip strength, maybe some form of cardiovascular test, always depending on what sort of fitness level they are at. And then when they're in there, we build upon them, and then we just keep retesting and measuring.
So once they start the plan, if they say to you, can you contact the plan manager for payment? So I don't want to deal with it. Do you do that?
So all admin and invoicing is done by our admin team. I'm not sure how that all runs there. Usually they send invoices to whatever email or contact number we're given by the client. So whoever they want the invoices to go to, that's who we send them to.
So they can just, once it's all set in, they can just turn up.
We make it as automatic and easy as for them as possible, because there's people behind in the background. A great thing for my job, but also as in the NDIS system, there's people in the background who do all that stuff for them. Unless someone is self-managed and wants all invoices to come in and out to them, that's the only difference. But usually we always ask, where is the best, that's on our document that we fill out, where is the best place for us to send the invoices? Where's the best contact, where's your emergency contact, all those basic information, just to make it easier for them. So we've got all the stuff to make it nice, simple for them.
That's good. All right, so the students that you have to come in and do their prep work, today we've got Megan and
Garrett. So Megan's actually working now.
Oh, is she?
She's on the clock.
She's sitting over the corner reading a book.
No, she's solving a lot more problems than I can, which is good.
So what do you do all day? Nothing?
I wish. No, definitely.
No. All right. So, what do you think, Garrett? What do you think about Ruralfit?
I think it's exceptional. What they've offered the community and the involvement that people have, I think it's exceptional. The amount of impact they have on people's health and well-being, their quality of life, and not only in my instance, the reception I've received from the team in supporting my growth and learning at the end of my degree, it has been really, really appreciated.
So have you ever worked with people with disabilities before working here?
No, not necessarily working with them, as closely as I have with Ruralfit, and that's where I take my hat off to the team. They've really allowed me to have this exposure and experience and guided me in this process.
So what's the, I know you can't talk about individual people, but what's your personal experience working with different disabilities? Were you surprised at what people want to achieve, their goals, that sort of thing?
I wouldn't say surprised. I think inspired is a great way to put it, because I see them as normal people like you and I that want to achieve things in their life, and seeing and discussing with them where they want to head with their work, it's really inspiring for me, and I really appreciate being a part of that journey.
So what are your plans? You have how many more hours here before you finish?
I have approximately 2 weeks left with Declan and the Ruralfit team, and then from that point I submit my paperwork, I graduate, and then I go through an accreditation process with ESSA, and then from there I will then be accredited to practice as an exercise physiologist, and then I'll have to, with that accreditation, apply for my service numbers.
So you're going to try and keep working with Ruralfit, or you go out on your own?
I'll probably do my best to start with the Ruralfit team. If there's the capacity for me because it is a growing environment. Like Declan said, Meg's just come on board and things are growing rapidly in that aspect. It may be a little bit of time before there's something available for me, and I'm happy to wait.
Megan, how long have you been with Ruralfit?
Oh, 2 days.
2 days. No, I've worked with you before a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I helped Declan out a few weeks ago, and then I did my placement last August. So I did about 4 months on placement, and then 2 days.
So how do you see your role doing the prep work with Ruralfit? What are your role?
My role now.
As you see it, yeah.
I think my role now is to help spread sort of the idea and the community help that Ruralfit provides. I want to give it to my local community. I'm in Glen Innes, so about an hour away from here. So Glen Innes, currently they have one modality of exercise physiology. It's Pilates. So I want to bring them something new, and as well as Tennerfield and some of those greater communities.
So when you started your course,
Yeah.
did you think you'd be working with people with disabilities, or you had no idea?
Yeah, I think really exercise physiology is about giving that training and that support to helping functional movement throughout life, and not just disabilities but in injury management. So that's what I want to help, and then not only that, but those with low socioeconomic backgrounds, because overall I just want to reduce the burden of non-exercise.
How do you think it's going to go expanding into smaller areas?
I hope it goes well. I think the hard bit is getting in, and once you're sort of in there, you start talking to people, and it's a new idea, and people are hard to adjust.
So, do you have an idea of what percentage of Australia's population has a disability?
No, I don't.
No? What's it, 18, 20%?
18, 20%?
Yeah.
So about 1/5. Yeah.
That surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me.
Why's that?
Oh, because I see you guys every day. Disability it can be characterised as a lot of different things, can't it?
It can. But the reason I ask that question is because if you didn't know, the percentage of people in Australia with disability,
Yeah.
then you didn't sort of plan your career around that. It's just you're absorbing it now, but prior to that, you've never worked with people with disabilities.
No, certainly not. I actually spent a lot of time in America doing performance athletes, so it's very different.
So what's performance athletes in America? What's that?
Collegiate, so pre-professional.
Okay.
Yeah, so very different, but not the route that I want to go here in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the two countries?
Oh, it's very different. Very, very different.
Yeah, in what way?
In just about every way. So they don't actually give much support at all to disability or anything. All their money and their support and funding is in performance, so sports. And then their liabilities are different. They're huge. And their emphasis is really becoming like the best people in the world, they think.
So that sort of culture you just try to explain now.
Yep.
America only sort of looks after the top athletes, the better athletes, rather than trying to incorporate everyone.
Yeah, they're certainly for performance. Yeah.
And you're not a fan of that?
No, I think we need to encompass everyone. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
you can't leave, a large portion of the community behind because it doesn't suit
No.
somebody's agenda or,
No, and there's a big-
financially.
Yeah, and not only do we try and help you guys with just functional movements, but to improve quality of life. And that's a big thing in America as well that they need to work on.
So how would you improve someone's quality of life through exercise?
Oh, well, there's a number of ways we improve quality of life and reducing, obviously, symptoms exhibited with a sedentary lifestyle. But not only that, to improve quality of life, it's one-on-one time and communication. We give someone to talk to for an hour of a day. It's a bit different. We might not achieve what we need to achieve on our part, but at the end of the day, we've got you in here, we've got you talking, we've given you someone, some company.
So when you say sedentary lifestyle, what does that mean? I know what it means, but other people might not.
Yeah, so often sedentary lifestyle means little exercise. So we like to aim for 150 to 300 minutes a week. Sedentary lifestyle is sitting on the couch. Yeah.
Not exercising, not getting out.
No.
And the social aspect, for me, coming to Ruralfit, I've been coming here for 5 years.
Yeah.
The social aspect is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm treated as everyone else is treated. We have a joke, we talk about different things.
Yep.
I still try and do the same exercises as everyone else. So
Yeah.
for me, that's a huge thing. So that's why I really like Ruralfit.
Yeah.
Because when I first went to Ruralfit, I spoke to Andrew.
Yep.
He owns Ruralfit, and he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And he sort of worked his way through exercise, and he wanted to do that. So I think that's a huge thing for people to do.
Yeah.
Getting into smaller country areas for people with disabilities, it's going to take you a while to get in because people are reluctant to try new things.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Especially in country areas.
Yeah, they don't like change.
No, and if you wasn't born in this town, then you're not just an Armidale, but in country areas. If you're not born in that town, then you're not really a local.
No.
That's just a country culture, lifestyle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the smaller towns, it's going to take you a longer period to get people with disabilities assimilated back into the community.
Yep.
And you're going to get some pushback from people who don't have disabilities.
Yeah, for sure.
There's still a small amount of people out there who think that people with disabilities still belong at home or in institutions. So I've come across that a few times. So, but that's a part of life, and you just try and educate as you go along. But, right, no, thank you for that.
No worries, thanks, Jeff. Have you got any more?
Okay, well, thanks for watching that video. Just want everyone to know that I will be putting content up every week. I'm also looking for people to interview, and if there's any topics you want me to cover, just let me know in the comment section, and please make sure you hit that subscribe, like and share buttons. Thank you.